Agent Romanoff. You miss me?
Oh yeah, Charles, we got ourselves an X-Men fan.
Captain.
Your Highness.
Captain, big fan, Spider-Man. Hey everyone.
Hey guys, and welcome to Filmartsy, your #1 source for all things films and movies. And one of the biggest mysteries surrounding Avengers Endgame and the fate of Captain America has been up to debate for a long time, pretty much since that movie originally released. However, now it looks like we finally have some insight as to what exactly happened to Captain America at the end when he time traveled back from whatever reality he was in and delivered the shield to the Falcon. Now, while we know it was an iconic scene where we get to see Steve Rogers deliver that shield to Sam Wilson, a lot of people were put into this questionable debate over what actually ended up happening to Captain America when he time travels back right before he reappears as an older man at the end of the movie. Now, while this has been up for debate for quite some time, we now have an official confirmation from the Russo brothers themselves, shedding a little bit of light on it. While they were on a podcast called Lights Camera Barstool, they actually were quoted talking specifically where Joe Russo actually explained a little bit. He said, "One thing that's clear that Anthony and I have discussed, I don't know that we've discussed this publicly at all, Captain would have had to have traveled back to the main timeline. That's something that, yes, he would have been in a branch reality, but he would have had to travel back to the main timeline to give that shield to Sam Wilson." It is really confusing when we look into the idea of multiple timelines and we try to break down what is going on, especially since it's newer territory, just really introduced with Avengers Endgame. But essentially, by this confirmation, it does solidify the fact that when Captain America leaves the timeline and goes back in time to have that dance with Peggy Carter, played by Haley Atwell, he is essentially branching off into his own timeline by changing the past. He doesn't alter the timeline that is existing because it is the separate timeline, thus following the rules that the entire movie had set up and based it on. And Captain America lives out his entire life in this separate, isolated branch that is now different from the main timeline that the Marvel Cinematic Universe had been following. And then, of course, sometime in his later years, travels back into this timeline and delivers the shield. And while the logistics and how that was all possible is a little bit questionable, it could likely be the same way they handled it in the rest of Endgame, where they were in different timelines and then traveled back into the main one. But it is really incredibly awesome to see that now we do technically know of at least a few different timelines that are existent in the Marvel Cinematic Universe, and this is another one. We also know there's the Loki timeline, where we'll be seeing what happens with Loki from that little side branch that was started in Avengers Endgame. And we also have heard a lot of rumors that Chris Evans may be returning to the Marvel Cinematic Universe to play some sort of character, likely a version of Steve Rogers in the future, maybe as a supporting character. Maybe we'll see something really unique. However, whatever it ends up being, it'll be really cool to see, even if it's just a cool cameo appearance. But what do you guys think about this new confirmation, showing a little bit more detail as to what is going on with Captain America at the end of Avengers Endgame? Let us know what you think in the comments down below. Be sure to subscribe with notifications on for more videos like this. We'll see you all next time with a brand new video.
Talking?
I'm about to.
Hi everybody.
Hey everybody, how you doing?
Hi.
See you guys.
Know anybody?